Hi everyone, I'm Miss Amanda and I work for the Springwater Public Library, and welcome to Story Time. Today we're going to talk about fall, and we're going to talk about fall animals, because this is the time of year that you might see some animals scurrying around looking for some extra food. They might be getting a little bit chubbier because they know they're going to have to last the winter with not as much food around, and you might just see some of them acting a little crazy. Do you know what I saw the other day? I saw a squirrel in my front yard, and it had a giant beech nut in its mouth, and it ran to the middle of my yard, put the beech nut in the middle of my yard, and covered it with grass, and ran away. He was acting so crazy, and he kept looking behind him to make sure nobody had seen where the beech nut was. And then my dogs went outside and immediately picked up that beech nut, and that poor squirrel won't know where that is. But today, because we're talking about squirrels, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about squirrels, some things that I found that was really neat. So did you know that squirrels can jump 20 feet? That's really, really long. And they can fall from 30 meters high without hurting themselves. Squirrels are amazing. I am convinced that they are the most amazing little creatures. But today we're going to sing some songs about some fall animals. We are going to read some books, do some rhymes. We're going to do a felt board story today, and we're just going to talk about fall. But did any of you get outside last week? Did you look for the different colors and shapes of leaves that are happening this fall? Did you count how many leaves you could find? Did you find some acorns on the ground? I hope you did, because getting outside in the fall is a fantastic way to talk about literacy. And that is what I love to do. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. So the first song that we're going to do is we're going to do Open Them, Shut Them. And when we say creep them, we're going to imagine it's a little tiny baby squirrel creeping up our arms. Okay? So let's get ready. So we're going to go open and shut them, open and shut them. Give them a big clap, clap, clap. Open and shut them, open and shut them. Put them in your lap. Get your little squirrel ready. Creep them, slowly creep them right up to your chin. Open wide, but do not let them in. I should hope you wouldn't let a squirrel into your mouth. So the next little rhyme we're going to do is about, can you guess? Squirrels! Today seems to be a lot about squirrels, so we're going to talk about squirrels. So we're going to get our fingers ready, and we're going to pretend that these are all little squirrels. So we're going to say, this little squirrel said, let's run and play. This little squirrel said, let's hunt nuts today. This little squirrel said, yeah, nuts are good. And this little squirrel said, yes, my favorite food. And this little squirrel said, come climb this tree and crack these nuts. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that one more time. Let's get our 5 little squirrels ready. So it said, this little squirrel said, let's run and play. This little squirrel says, let's hunt nuts today. This little squirrel says, yes, nuts are good. And this little squirrel said, yes, my favorite food. And this little squirrel said, come climb this tree and let's crack these nuts. 1, 2, 3. So the book that we're going to read today is about, you guessed it, it's about squirrels. We're going to read The Busy Little Squirrel. And I am able to read this book online and out loud because Simon & Schuster Publishing House has allowed librarians, such as myself, to read their books online. So thank you, Simon & Schuster. All right, let's hear what this little squirrel is going to do today. The leaves were falling and the air was getting cold. Who do you think that tail belongs to? I think it might be a squirrel. It was time for Squirrel to get ready for winter. Squeak, squeak, said Mouse. will you nibble a pumpkin with us? But Squirrel couldn't. He was so busy. Sweet, sweet, said Bird, will you rest on a tree branch with us? But Squirrel couldn't. He was so busy. Look, he's stealing seeds from a bird feeder. That definitely happens at my house. Croak, croak, said Frog, will you hop rocks with us? But Squirrel couldn't. He was so busy. Meow, meow, said Cat, will you lie in the sun with us? But Squirrel couldn't. He was so busy. Woof, woof, said Dog, will you run in the field with us? But Squirrel couldn't. He was so busy. Hoo, 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 called Owl. Will you watch the moon with us? But Squirrel couldn't. He was fast asleep. So the next song we're going to sing is a fall song. It's about leaves, and we did it last week. So if you have some leaves, you can do it, or you can just do it with your hands and pretend your hands are leaves. Okay, so we're going to get started. We're going to go. The leaves on the trees come tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. The leaves on the trees come tumbling down all around the town. The leaves on the trees go swish, 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 swish. The leaves on the trees go swish, 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 all around the town. And then what do we do with leaves? It's the most fun part. We rake them in a pile and jump right in, jump right in, jump right in. We rake them in a pile and jump right in, all around the town. So today, because we're talking about small little animals, we're talking about squirrels and all that kind of stuff, we're going to do a little felt board story. And we're going to do about a whole bunch of little animals that sometimes you find in the fall. So I've got my felt board here, and we're going to say, there's something in the forest. There's something in the forest. Now what can it be? There's something in the forest that I really can't see. Hear its funny sound. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. What is it? A frog is what I found. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. There's something in the forest. Now what can it be? There's something in the forest that I really can't see. Hear its funny sound. Thump, thump, thump. Rabbit is what I found. Thump, thump, thump. There's something in the forest. Now what can it be? There's something in the forest that I really can't see. Hear its funny sound. Squeak, squeak, squeak. What did you find? A mouse is what I found. Squeak, squeak, squeak. There's something in the forest. Now what can it be? There's something in the forest that I really can't see. Hear its funny sound. Caw, caw, caw. What do you think it is? A crow is what I found. Caw, caw, caw. You guys are great guessers. So the next song that we're going to do is a song that I've been doing lately with you, and I've done it on and off, and sometimes we do rain is falling, sometimes we do snow is falling, and today we're going to do leaves are falling. So we're going to go, leaves are falling, all around, all around. Pitter-patter leaves, pitter-patter leaves, touch the ground, touch the ground. Should we try that one more time? Let's get our leaves ready. And remember, if you don't have leaves, you can use your hands. Leaves are falling, all around, all around. Pitter-patter leaves, pitter-patter leaves, touch the ground, touch the ground. Great job. All right, everybody, that is it. I hope you're getting ready for fall. I hope you're wearing some warm and woolly sweaters, and I hope you can keep your eye out for some squirrels because they have some fantastic fall behavior that sometimes is pretty funny to watch. So to get ready to say goodbye, we're going to sing If You're a Squirrel and You Know It. Are you ready? If you're a squirrel and you know it, shake your tail. If you're a squirrel and you know it, shake your tail. If you're a squirrel and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're a squirrel and you know it, shake your tail. If you're a squirrel and you know it, run really fast. If you're a squirrel and you know it, run really fast. If you're a squirrel and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're a squirrel and you know it, run really fast. If you're a squirrel and you know it, go. Can you make that sound? If you're a squirrel and you know it, go. If you're a squirrel and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're a squirrel and you know it, go. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to Storytime with me. I had a great time. We're going to keep going with our fall theme, and we're probably going to be talking about apples and the weather, rainy weather, and all those kinds of things, pumpkins, in the coming up weeks. So stay tuned, have fun, and enjoy this beautiful fall weather. Bye.